What's up, guys? I bet you want to ask, and you want to know why I got this huge, stupid grin on my face right now, don't you? Not saying much, but a little hint, you know. Let's go, Cowboys! That's right. That's right. Now, you're lucky. You're lucky I'm not a stereotypical Dallas Cowboys lover. Now, that's not to say, okay, that I won't say. Who am I kidding? Cowboy. Baby. Woo! Big time win today. It's, and I'm glad I got to start with that. I really am. I do want to also mention, it's mind-boggling, okay? Even with the amount that the Cowboys were favored by today, the amount of media talking dumb heads that will pick against them just because they can. Instead of using that head, they choose to follow their emotion. Well, you know what? Beep your emotion. Ha! So, and the Cowboys used their emotion to just go wild. Ape shit crazy. Right. Now, I hope everybody got to enjoy the win. I really do. I really do. Unless you're a Rams fan. An Eagles fan. I'm sorry. Not sorry. About today's game, you know, what about it, right? What is so stinking good? Well, you want to know what's so stinking good? 43 points is what's good. As we're sitting here watching the rest of the league, or whoever ain't on a bye week, there's been some, I don't want to say upsets or surprises or anything like that, but hey, there has been some close games though out there from teams that were projected to get blowed out. So here we go again with the NFL being on its unpredictable ass and giving us very unpredictable results. I mean, who would have guessed today the Washington Commanders and the Eagles, right? You know, who would have guessed the Jets and Giants game? And as of right now, you know, who would have guessed that the Broncos are actually beating the Chiefs at halftime, 14-6. So, with all that said and all that I got to still yet say, there's still a lot to unpack for the NFL as a whole. Now, push that off to the side, and we got the Cowboys game to unpack. Boy, what a performance put on by yours truly, you know? Yeah. And I gotta say, man, once again, defense led the show, led the way, and was the leading act in today's game. You know, that first quarter might have started off a smidge bumpy. It happens, right? It happens to the best of them. Ain't only so much you can do about that, right? We're all human. We're all human beings. Even the badass dudes that's out there on that field. Regardless, when it still comes down to it, you're still human. So anything, and most of the time, everything does happen, especially in a Cowboys game. The one pleasant surprise I had today was the Cowboys' discipline. Very, very good, solid, on point. Now, if we can just get that on a consistent basis, week after week, I mean, how do you beat us? Well, I do know a way. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay. Now, the one, I don't want to say disappointment, but the sad part of today's game would be the Cowboys' rushing attack for the most part. Still not there. You know, we're like a little bit here. I mean, Tony Pollard getting 3.9 yards a carry coming into this game. I know his average didn't go up going out of this game. So, I mean, I get it. Tony Pollard is, man, it's tough because he's supposed to be the premier back, the lead horse, the workhorse, the head guy of the running back room. Well, and it's not been a spectacular start. It's not been god-awful either, but 3.9 yards per carry is not great. So if Tony Pollard really wants to be that guy, then he has to, he's got to find a way, man, to run between the tackles and do it effectively. That has been the one and the only knock on him for his career as a pro, anyway. And he's still got some work to do. Now, granted, he only had 6 games of work as the lead guy coming in. And so this is game 7. And usually, I don't know how running backs usually mature or how they work. But they are most definitely not a second half of the season type of player. You know, like a receiver or a quarterback or a linebacker would be. You know how usually running backs get wore down pretty quickly throughout the season. But, then again, Tony Pollard has split time with 2 and 3 other running backs during the season in particular games. And so, he could still be working into the role. He could still be maturing as a pro and, and doing all that. But it's tough, man. He got to find a way to get going and to get going quickly. Otherwise, he's going to have the whole world trying to jump down his throat, which he don't need, because even with his yards per carry average, or lack thereof, you got to realize the work the man does in the passing game as well. Okay. There's been some games where he gets 35 touches a game between, catching the ball and running the ball. And let's not forget about pass blocking either. Those are the snaps that ain't counted towards touches that he still gets beat up. So, there we go. Now, on to the game. First quarter, awesome. We grab the ball, we go down the field, and we score first, 7-0, boom. And then, typical Cowboys things, feels like it's probably going to start happening, especially on the Rams, like it might have been first or second series. get themselves rolling a little bit, and they go down the field, and with Sean McVay screaming at the referees over a minuscule penalty that he was wanting called. I don't know how to put it, but I mean, it was compared to, I guess, like grabbing your finger and your thumb, okay, and pulling a shirt. It was to that equivalent of a hold on a Cowboys defensive back that McVay wanted to holler and hoop and holler and scream about. Anyway, so we give up 3 on their first drive, and then I guess we'll say it, the floodgates pour open, baby. Beautiful. So Dak Prescott decides to start going a little crazy, doing his thing, getting hot, doing the right thing, making the right reads, making a right throw, making good throws for the most part. And what do you know? Dak did not have the atrocious game or letdown that we have seen him have multiple times over the years. And especially in a game when you think and you know that Dallas should play well, what do you know? They actually played well. Proud of you, Dak. I can't crucify you this week. I mean, how dare you, bro? How freaking dare you, Dak, take away my one thing that I can count on almost week after week. Oh, man. No, great game, man. He finished with, over 300 yards. I think he had 3 passing touchdowns and had some running yards, too, some running plays. Very, very well done. Way to use your legs to help yourself in the throwing game, okay? It does open it up. It does make it easier. And the biggest pet peeve I had with you today was you wanting to run down the field after you throw a bad pass, and you want to jump onto the receivers and try to tell them where and how to place their hands to catch a football that you threw badly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially after some of the horrible games that you've had this season already. You have no right to run down a field and try to tell a receiver, especially the caliber of Brandon Cooks, how to do his damn job. I do not like that, nor do I want that, or want to see that, okay? You need to do that. You need to put the ball out in front of him, to hit him in stride, so there's no chance that the DB can catch up and swat it down. And that's what happens when you throw a ball behind the receiver. I want to say good job by the O-line. The O-line played pretty well today. Hated to see our fill-in left tackle go down. And it looks like it's a minor injury, as minor as it could get at least. It's just an ankle. At least it's not a knee or an Achilles or whatever, triceps. So good job O-line, and the receiving corps was awesome today. Of course, led by, again, the 88 Club, CD Lamb, with multiple TDs today. Really led by example today, guys, and I fucking loved it. Can't ask for no better performance than that by your lead dog. And I mean, so that's the offense, baby. We got out relatively injury-free. We executed well, and we put up a lot of freaking points. Now, not all the points were by the offense. And this is where it gets fun, baby. As we had a monster kick return, a monster punt return called back. That's the disappointing part. Man, special teams. We could have put up 50, 60 points if the special teams had gotten them returns to stand. You talk about something crazy. Conversate Turpin, let me tell you something, man. He's going to break one, and he's going to do it. And he's finally going to do it without a damn flag being thrown on the field when he does it. I mean, that man can't catch a break right now when it comes to flags and all that crap. Like I said, he did get one though. Out of the 3, he got 1 to work. Took it all the way down to the 6. I think it was like a 70 plus yard return. And it was off of a punt, I'm pretty sure. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Love to see that. Conversate Turpin looks like he's really starting to come into his own. And what can I say other than it's Turpin time? Get it, number 9. I love that little guy, bro. And he almost had a big streak. Not a big streak. Well, a big play for a touchdown. Maybe it would have been a touchdown. Who knows? But Cooper Rush decides to underthrow him by 10 yards. Like, I think Cooper Rush definitely underestimated Turpin's speed. So, yeah, Cooper Rush was in the game because of garbage time, and that's it. There you go. Usually it's Dak throwing him that ball. I don't know if that's any worse or better, but I'm still calling for Trey Lance to get a shot. You hear me, Mike? All right, so on the last part of special teams, shout out to our kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Nice work today, buddy. Nice freaking work. A 58 yarder. It would have been good from 65 or 70. And let me tell you, the Rams kicker as well, because today was his first game ever. And that dude nailed a 50 yarder, almost 48. And that thing would have been good from 65 or 70 as well. And this was his first ever game. Start, and the guy showed no nerves, no emotion, no nothing. So the kickers in the NFL are no longer like your typical rookie kickers, no longer. So now let's move on to the star of the show, the leading actor, the leading role, the freaking defense. Now, yeah, we don't have the sack stats, okay, to show for it, but I think it was 16 pressures today. Brav fucking oh. Nice job, man. I think we only finished with 3 sacks as a team altogether. Some games you don't get 9 sacks, you know what I mean? Some games you do, but hey, the pressure was there. It was applied. We started the game hounding Matthew Stafford, and we punished him until he couldn't be punished no more and had to be yanked out the game for safety reasons. And the fact the score was lopsided. It was 33-3 at one point in the second quarter, and it couldn't have been better. Couldn't have been better. You couldn't have dreamed up a better scenario for the 6.5-point favorite Dallas Cowboys coming into today. Dak Prescott did throw an interception. He did get sacked once or twice. And the interception, some will say it's not his fault, some will say it is his fault. As usual, but I mean, He did try to fit a ball to a tight window. It was in the red zone, which is what hurts the most. Another red zone turnover. But the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and there, it's anybody's ball from there. So can't harsh on him too bad for that. And our defense, speaking of interceptions, had a nice one ourselves. I think we only got one today. As I said, as far as the numbers itself in production, not that high, but when it comes down to execution and keeping the opponent out of the end zone and off the scoreboard as much as possible, perfection, okay? We minimized the damage and minimized the points and minimized their production. There you go. Defense did what a defense is supposed to do. We bent but didn't break today. Bravo. Oh, baby. And with that being said, the interception, by the way, was by Dayron Bland, who got a pick 6 out of it. One of the most exciting plays of the game, man. It happened in the second quarter, which was, listen, this guy, Dayron Bland, bro, he is really coming into his own. He's starting to understand who he can be, especially at the highest level, which is right here, the NFL, baby. This is the show, okay? And I just want to talk about today, man. It's a great day to be a Cowboy wherever you may be. And our linebacking core did pretty good. We shut down the run. D-line pretty good on that part as well as a team effort. I do want to mention this, though. Where is Mozzie Smith? I don't know if I should be concerned. I don't know if I should be worried. I don't know if I should be anything. But Mozzie Smith is not making big of an impact as I would have hoped for. Then again, he might be, and just not getting his name called. That's what typical D linemen, especially defensive tackles, get done to him. So I don't know what's going on there. I did notice him a couple times though this game. Not perfect by a long shot, but not god awful either. So he is a rookie. It's a work in progress. That's all you can ask for, I guess, right now, especially at this stage in his career. And on defense, we walk away relatively injury-free, as far as I can think of. Just brainstorming in my head here. Once again, though, coming into the game, we had a couple of injuries. LVE, who was out today, and had a couple of rotation players on the defensive line who were out. Oh, Marquise Bell, another shout out to him today. He did really good on coverage, especially on some fast receivers. So thank you, Marquise Bell. You are a G, bro, and you're really coming on, and I love it. Stephon Gilmore had a great play in the back of the end zone when the Rams were still in the game, trying to make a run at the Cowboys. He was able to read the hands of a wide receiver and go swat the ball out of his stinking hands. Good job, Gilmore. One of my favorite players on the roster this year, man. Jaron Curse, who made an impact by just hitting everything, as he typically does. And I like him for, leader of the week. He done really good, man. I'm proud of you. Nice work and nice way to guide, direct, and lead this team in the direction that they are in right now. Proud of you, buddy. All right, so now the coaching, okay, was pretty good. Actually, probably really good. Mike McCarthy did the best he could with what he had and put up 43 points offensively with his play calling. Probably should have had at least more, or could have had more easily. Should have. Take away Dak's red zone interception and a couple of penalties on special teams, like I mentioned, on them long returns from Turpin. I mean, like I said, we're looking at 50, easy. 55, 60, maybe. So, great job today, Cowboys. And I wanted to go over it with you guys, man, and just talk Dallas Cowboy football today. So, I want to hear what you guys think and how you feel about today's victory. Okay, what Dallas disappointed you with? What did Dallas make you happy about? What did you see that gives you hope for the dreaded next week? We are here to ask. 6 days. We shall and will